Everything is ready, and you can see the significant size difference. So let's test them out. Good morning, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead. As you can see, the weather is pretty nasty this morning. So what I'm gonna do a little bit differently is I'm gonna take you along with me with the GoPro as I kind of tell you what's today's plans. So this morning Shannon is sick. She usually does morning chores, but this happens to be my day off, so luckily I can knock them out for her and she can continue her Lord of the Rings marathon inside, which I'm a little envious, but I've got some plans today, some work that I need to get done. First it was the kids that got sick, then they're fine now. Now it's her turn, unfortunately. But whether the rain is nasty outside or not, the animals don't care. They still need food. They still need water. They still need to be let out. The ducks don't mind too much. The ducks will play out in the rain. I'm not gonna bother messing with their pools, but they'll be outside and enjoy the rain. They don't care. The chickens, they'll stay inside most of the day. They'll stay out of the weather. They may come in and out every once in a while. So normally we don't have a food or water bowl inside of the run, but today we're gonna go ahead and keep it in there so they have something to eat and drink and stay dry. Rabbits, well, rabbits obviously they need food and water and they're always inside. So we'll get them taken care of. And the babies, the two that have survived, they're still looking pretty dang good. They are about, I think, 2 weeks now, so they're gonna have another 2 weeks in here with their mom before we wean them off, and they'll be separated into the rabbit tractor outside. And they usually love the rabbit tractor because they get fresh grass every single day. And then obviously we have our cats. We have the barn cats that they need to be fed. They're getting closer and closer every day to the house. They'll actually sleep on the porch at night. They still don't let us get up and close to them, but they have found this place as their home. So yeah, that was this morning. And it's still raining. It's still nasty. But today's video focus is going to be the Cornish cross versus the red broiler. So last night we took the chickens out of the freezer and we have them thawing in the fridge. We've got one Cornish cross right here, about 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Then we have a red broiler down here. Only 3 pounds, 3 ounces, tiny one. You're gonna see some good side-by-sides, and actually they're still a little frozen, so probably in about an hour or so, I'm gonna take them out, put them on the counter, let them fully thaw out before we actually cook them. Hopefully the rest of the family will be feeling okay and be able to eat it for dinner. Their appetites aren't there, but they've got their own homemade chicken noodle soup, all the good fixings. So you're coming out with me in the rain under an umbrella because I'm using my non-waterproof camera this time, because we're gonna go do another step on the duck house, hopefully, for these guys wandering around. Hey, fun fact, if you didn't know, you know ducks are waterproof? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it, since they're always in the water. But in case you didn't know, unlike the chickens, they have oils in their feathers that allow the water to run off. Kind of like when you do a wax on your car and you see the water just kind of falling off. Works similar to a duck. I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. So just a couple changes that I had to make is, obviously originally I wanted to use as much of my own lumber as I could that I sourced from the teardown that I did. Well, I have to use about 4 pieces, so, well, 5 including the one down there, of my own lumber, because I want this to be 6 by 8, and none of the lumber that I grabbed is a good 8 feet. There's a lot of rotting pieces that I have to cut off, so I can only pull about 6 to 7 feet out of each board. So I'm going to use 4 of my own 8 foots to get these sidewalls done, just the top and bottom piece. I'll be able to use the reclaimed wood for the rest of it. I don't have Shannon helping me holding these boards this time when I only have to just trim it off to 8 feet. So I gotta put the board facing this direction so I can clamp it down, but then it hits the garage door, so we gotta open that up. Another thing that's important to me is I want this building that I'm building here to be 6 feet tall, because I'm 6 feet tall. So I want to be able to walk into it without having to crouch down and not bang my head. So I'm cutting all the walls 6 feet high. See, I don't know what the rules are when it comes to bracing the insides. I kind of just did it what I saw in pictures. And you can see this roof here is going to be a decent height. I won't have to get too far, just got to crouch a little bit. And there's actually going to be a slope section right here. So the majority of it, probably about here or so, it's going to be a few inches higher. Well, that was my goal. My goal was to get one wall done today because I got a lot of other stuff to do, especially got to get that chicken ready. Since they're all sick, I'm going to be doing all the chores today, which isn't that much to do. I mean, not a whole lot when it comes to chickens and ducks. But so got to make sure that I can get all that done tonight, this evening. But a whole wall done. I'm not going to attach it until I get all the walls done and the actual foundation is in place and on the blocks out there. Then I'll get all the walls set up. But for now, another step complete. And the rain hasn't stopped at all. You might be able to see all that water. It's just kind of standing around. There's one animal that loves this weather though. The ducks. Chickens. We won't be seeing them today. Got these two boys and girls, I guess, don't know, out of the freezer. Got our Cornish cross, got a red broiler. We're gonna let them thaw out. So we just got a little break in the rain, so it's still nasty weather, but it's not raining anymore. So I went ahead and got some errands done. We needed, if you saw, we needed more layer feed. And when they're inside like they are right now, I like to give them some scratch grains so they can still stay busy and, you know, do their thing. So I went ahead and got some scratch grains because we're out of that as well. Plus a ton more stuff. Not a ton. I got some cinder blocks for the actual footings for this duck place. And then I got some more 3.5-inch screws that we need. So I wasn't gonna be doing anything really for the rest of the afternoon except for getting the chickens and taking care of things inside since Shannon is MIA for the day. But since it stopped raining, I'm gonna go ahead and get a few more things done. Oh, that's heavy. See, I want to see something cool, guys. See this weird coloring down here? All this is amaranth. We used to have a towering amaranth that we ended up cutting down. And if you remember, it was like a monster that was right over there. Grew really well. And we ended up throwing it over here because you got to remember we moved the fence, so that used to actually be in the chicken run. And we threw the plant in there. Chickens ate it, threw it around, spread everything, and it all went to seed. That's nature reproducing. I got about halfway. Now I gotta go all the way around the barn to my workshop. Or I could just put it in the barn for now. It doesn't have to go in the workshop. It's just gonna go in the barn for now. So another idea for a video that I'm gonna be doing over the next 5 or so, 10 or so, I don't know, because I want to think about it in my head, a better design. But we found some customers for rabbit poop. Don't know what we're pricing it yet, because we haven't really collected it yet. So I'm going to be building something underneath their cages to collect rabbit poop. And I was thinking, I don't know, $5, $10 a bag, and we'll put it in our feed bags and just sell them off as fertilizer. And I think they'll be really good for anyone that uses this hutch style of a long row of hutches, and it's just another way to make some money. So as I said earlier, 2 chickens, 1 Cornish cross, 1 big red broiler, and I'm just gonna use the same spice on both of them. Never tried this one before. It's supposed to be like a sweeter blend. But let's get them rubbed down. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of chores while the oven preheats to 350. And then I'm gonna get the Cornish cross in there first. It's gonna take a lot longer because it's 5.5 pounds versus 3.5. So it's gonna need an extra, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes. So we're gonna start that one first. Normally it's my wife that collects the eggs or one of the kids, but whole family's sick. So I'm collecting the eggs today. I'm seeing, oh, we got a smashed one in there. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And y'all have slowed down today. And 3 duck eggs down. Or no, is that a chicken egg down there? Huh. I guess a chicken decided to lay down here. All right. So then we're about normal. 8 chickens, 3 ducks. Not bad, ladies. Preheated to 350. First one, big Cornish cross, is going in. Setting my timer for 40 minutes. That'll give it the head start that it needs for the second bird to go in, so that hopefully they'll finish about the same time. We've been about 40 minutes at 350 degrees. It's time to add the second bird. And I also like to add a little butter. Put some on the inside, get the juices going, and then just a little bit all around it. Both birds are now in the oven. Probably gonna cook it for maybe another hour, hour and a half. Everything is ready, and you can see the significant size difference. So let's test them out. So here's what I have. I have a tray that has separated the red broiler white, the red broiler skin, the Cornish cross dark, Cornish cross white, Cornish cross skin, and the red broiler dark. What I'm gonna do, I got one camera right there. I'm gonna spin this thing and try to grab the one in front of me. I wanna see if I can guess what it is and tell which one it's from. So, let's figure it out. All right, first one, that's definitely a skin. That's good. I'm gonna guess Cornish cross. All right, I got a piece of chicken. Dark meat. I'm gonna guess Cornish cross again. That one's empty, so I'm gonna go to the one next to it. Another skin. Well, oh, this one's crispier. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say this is the Cornish cross. The first one was the red broiler. Either way, this one tastes tons better. Empty, so I'm going for this one right here. It's white meat. It's not bad, but I'm not a white meat fan. I'm gonna guess that's the broiler. It's another white meat. And I think that's the Cornish cross. Well, not a whole lot of meat in this one. That's dark meat, so I'm gonna guess the red broiler. I don't think there's anything else. Yep. So, it's all the meat. What I'm gonna do is probably rewatch this right here and see if I'm right, or see if I'm wrong. And then I'll be able to tell you which one I like the most. I would say that last piece I had was the worst of the dark meats. And then I'm not a white meat fan, so I don't really care, but I would say the first white meat was the best. So the first of all of them, the first white meat, the first dark meat, and then the second skin was my favorite. So let's see which one I like the most.